How's it? Today is Saturday, November 23rd. A new approach is working for my back. I did some squats today, did some deadlifts today, did some bench today. Woo, that's really bright. If you recall, 2 weeks ago, I tried to do the same thing and it did not pan out very well for the deadlifts. Things are hurting, but today was very different. Today I felt very capable and it felt like things were not painful, like at all. If anything, it was literally just the warm up for my squats, and then once I moved on beyond that, it was just like smooth sailing. And when I think about it, it's like I'm just taking the small wins here and there. So Tuesday for my back squats, I did 3 sets of 10 at 83. So today I was like, okay, if I can treat this like the starting strength program, which is a lot of people are familiar with, that's like the 5x5 stuff. They'll usually, actually not sure if it's 5x5, but starting strength is the rep scheme itself is going to be sets of 5. I think it is 5 sets of 5, but it might be lower sets, might be 3 sets of 5. But the idea is you start off at a certain weight. You might be doing like 135, and then every time you squat, you add 5 pounds. So like in a course of a month where you might squat twice a week, you would add 10 pounds every week. So 5 pounds every session, but every week is 10 pounds, right? So then that's 40 pounds added on the month, and it's like slow progress, but it is pretty quick. Like in general, like slow progress in like the small amounts. 5 pounds is not that much, but 40 pounds in a month is an insane amount if you think about how much volume you'll be kind of doing throughout that whole month. But I'm trying to take that approach here, and just anytime I go up, I'm gonna go up 3 kilos with anytime I squat. So maybe I'll just squat once a week on the Tuesday. Maybe I'll squat twice a week on Tuesday and Saturday. I don't know. Things are my schedule just changes literally every single week for my work and my personal life and stuff like that. So I can't say for certain what's going to be happening moving forward, but I do know that I'm going to be making progress in the way that I want to make progress. And that is the only thing I'm really caring about right now. After my back squats today, I was kind of on the fence about whether or not I should. Oh, look at how quick I'm moving here. This feels really good. It doesn't feel like my back is hurting. But yeah, like I'm kind of go all over the place. But a little bit about the squat today. Like I'm just trying my best to rotate my hips a little bit externally, and then allow my lower back to just kind of fall into that spot that my hips create when I rotate externally. And then if my feet are a little bit wide, then there's like a little space for my hips to fall into, and then that doesn't hurt in the slightest at all. So that is something that I was focusing on tremendously today. Other than that, everything was really great, right? Kind of going back to what I was starting to mention earlier before I got sidetracked. I was debating on whether or not I should do sumo deadlifts today. I was on the fence of like, okay, I might just do some conventional pulls. I might just do some clean pulls. The reason why is because 2 weeks ago I was struggling. Like my body was hurting, everything. It felt like I was taking a lot of steps backwards, and that was something I wanted to avoid today. But as I was warming up, I was like, oh, this feels really great. This feels really awesome. Like I can still get that eccentric motion, which is really where I get a lot of the most of speed from my normal sumo deadlifts. And yeah, I made a game time decision to do 3 sets of 5 sumo deadlifts at a decent weight, and that weight was actually picked by my socks. Those are Family Mart socks from Japan, or Famimat, as the Japanese people call it. Those are like the convenience stores. They have the main 3 convenience stores they'll have there. It's gonna be like Family Mart, 7-Eleven, and then Lawson, and that's where you can get really like late night food. Like it's not gonna be like really good food, but it's a convenience store, so it's really like the options are pretty diverse. But I was like, oh, I was warming up. I put my white socks on that I brought today. These are like my new favorite socks. Thank you to you know who you are, but they're my new favorite socks, and I was like, oh, these are the colors. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do 122. So actually, there's a little white in between each of those plates because there's a little white in between the socks, right? So you can see right here. So there's the whites on the outsides, and the whites on the insides. But yeah, I was like, oh, try to make it fun as much as I can. I enjoy lifting. I think the one thing that I've come to enjoy the most is lifting heavy, and I can't lift heavy right now. So I am just trying to find the small bits of joy that I can get from just being in the gym today, and that was a big one today. I was like, oh, this is cute, this is fun. um, but after that, I did my bench press here. I wasn't sure if I was gonna bench 185, but as I warmed up, I was like, okay, yeah, the 185 is definitely doable. I actually did 2 sets of 10 instead of 3 sets of 10 because the second set was just really freaking hard. And I noticed my hips are coming off of the bench a lot more than they were on the first set, and I was starting to cramp a little bit in my triceps. So it's like, if I'm gonna be benching more, I need to be thinking a little bit more about kind of programming for this, because I don't know. I like benching, but it's just not a thing that really matters too much to me. Um, After that, I just did my reverse hyperextensions. I don't even know what weight this is. I think those are 35s on the thing, and then like a 10 on the inside. But also, I don't know how much it weighs without the weight. So as long as we track from where it is now, then it really doesn't matter, because everything is always relative, right? Especially if this is not a movement that I will compete on, so it doesn't matter. It just matters that day to day or week to week, I keep it the same, or maybe if I want to overload a little bit, then start from where I am today, right? But today was awesome, and that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.